ready. We ready.
Boxing is more than just a sport. It is a test of courage, skill, and willpower. It is a battle of mind and body where every punch counts and every round matters. It is a story of triumph and tragedy, of glory and pain, of heroes and villains.
There you go. Yeah.
That's fine.
Here. Yep. You pivot out, and you should pivot right back up under.
We will witness the discipline and determination of a great fighter and some of the most intense moments in his training. We will meet someone with the potential of becoming one of the most iconic figures of the sport.
How are you feeling about Sand for this fight?
I think it's going to be probably his best performance.
When I go into a training camp, I got to make sure that I'm very focused and very determined. I got to be locked in.
Boxing may look exciting, but it has a dark side. It comes with dangers and risks that are present in every bout. The ethical and moral dilemmas that face the sport and its participants never goes away.
Training hard, putting together a game plan, step up fight. We're preparing for it. We'll be in shape. We'll be ready. I can't wait. March 9th, we'll be ready.
It makes you ask yourself hard questions, and it pushes you to find the right answers.
I don't study Sam. I study his opponent. I know Sam. You get what I'm saying? And I study his opponent. And I think the way we coach as a fighter and a team, I believe the fact that we have the ability to outcoach his coaches.
This isn't about boxing. This is about life and what it means to fight for it. This is about what you learn and what you do with it. This is about passion, heart, discipline, determination, and hard work. This is about the epic sport of boxing.
Where do you see yourself going with this, specifically this fight?
I see us taking our career one fight at a time. With each opponent, we get better competition. We build more fans. We get a bigger following. Eventually, start getting bigger fights, fighting on TV, and we're gonna take it where we go. Our style is we take it one fight at a time. We get our opponent, we train for that guy, we beat him, we move on to the next.
You've been training for many years now, boxing. How many years now?
I've been doing this, I just turned 27. I've been doing this since I was about 10 or 12, off and on. I got about serious with it when I was around 21.
What make you do boxing?
I just love it. I love it. In between fights, if I have to take a break, I get really bored when I'm not doing it. It's just something I need to do to get enjoyment, to get excitement out of my life. I could be traveling the world, and if I'm not boxing, it just becomes kind of dull. It becomes null. I just love to do it. I have a great time doing it, and I loved it.
Did you have any experience in the past when you were a child that kind of make you want to jump into boxing, or that love just came out of nowhere?
I mean, not really. I had the typical childhood stuff, getting into fights with kids at school, or, I had an older brother who was 5 years older than me, so he was always picking on me, and we'd be fighting. But I really got into it because I grew up by a boxing gym, and my dad just asked if I wanted to try it, and I was like, sure, why not? And I went there, and I kind of had a knack for it, and I just fell in love with it, and I've been doing it ever since.
Now, when you go into training camps, what is the main thing that you focus on?
The main thing that I focus on is just being disciplined, making sure that I'm getting up every day before work to do my run and do my conditioning. I'm making all my food, make sure my diet's on point so my weight's good. That's the hardest part is, you know, I work a full-time job doing physical labor. I'm around construction guys that are eating donuts, bagels, muffins, burritos, whatever, all day long. And I'm there with my baked chicken and steamed broccoli, a little rice, a little potato. That's the hardest part. So when I go into a training camp, I gotta make sure that I'm very focused and very determined. I gotta be locked in on my conditioning. I gotta make sure, you know, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, not only in the gym, but out of the gym. And that's everything.
Now, what are your expectations in boxing in the future?
My expectations for my career in the future is just gonna take it where it goes. I mean, everything happens for a reason. You can't fight destiny. I'm working very hard at doing it, and I'd like to take it as far as it goes. If it goes big, I would love that.
Now, you mentioned something really important that a lot of people have gone through and many people have like quit. And it's because, like you said, having a full-time job and doing this require a lot of discipline, a lot of hard work. It's not easy. What do you have to say to those people that are watching this right now that are kind of in the middle of that situation?
What I have to say is you just got to do it. It's tough. It's tough during, you know, when you're working and you're training, but afterwards, it's so worth it. You know, every day in training camp, I'm not gonna lie, I'm miserable, I'm tired, I'm sore. When other guys that I'm fighting with, you know, out of training, they're doing, you know, recovery stuff or strength and conditioning or whatever, I'm working, I'm doing physical labor. And it's very tough, and you just gotta tell yourself that, you know, one day at a time, you're gonna get through it. You know, if you even need to, break it down in the hours. I just gotta get to 9 o'clock. I just gotta get to 10 o'clock. Work's done. Now I gotta get to the gym. And it's tough and it's sacrifice, but, you know, anything worth having is not easy. And then when you get to the fight and everybody's watching you and everybody's cheering for you and you come out victorious, it's all worth it. It all makes it worth it in the end.
Now, what is your go-to, if you have one, when it comes to you feeling like you cannot do this?
My go-to thing is just to think to think of everybody else that's done it. What makes somebody more in anything in life, you know, whether it's construction, whether it's, you know, you're a lawyer, whether you're a boxer or a football player, it's, if this guy can do it, why can't I do it? What makes him so much more special than me? He's a human just like me. If they can do it, I can do it. And that goes for anything I do in life, and that should go for anything that anybody does in life. If somebody else can do it, why can't you do it? Why can't it be you too?
And lastly, on your coaching staff, what is the thing that you love the most about them?
The thing that I love the most about them is that as serious as training gets and as stressed out and tense and kind of, you know, they're very good at just kind of like calming me down, you know, making it seem like, you know, everything's gonna be all right, it's easy, cracking a joke here and there, just kind of lighten the mood, but at the same time keeping things very serious and very strict and rigid. But like I said, when I get real stressed out or, you know, I'm being a little too tense and I'm getting a little irritable, like, you know, they're very good at leveling me out.
He said, what do you see different in Sam today compared to the past?
More focused, and not afraid to take risk. You know, in the past, he was like, he would go to, you know, YouTube or Google the names of the fighters he was fighting, and then he would let that dictate how he trained, dictate his nerves. But now he trusts us, and he allow us to do what we do. You know, pick the best fight at the right time.
Okay. This next question is, where do you see Sam in the future?
If Sam stay dedicated and stay on top, and don't get distracted, I see him being one of the best ones, and like in the top 10 in a year and a half.
All right, this next question is, what is the best memory of Sam that you remember? If you boxing with him.
Best memory is probably the fight that he put on in Azteca. It was just pure boxing against a strong guy who had a good reputation for stopping people. Sam just boxed him. I mean, had him look like a piss machine. That was one of the best fights I've ever seen him put on.
Okay. And then my question is, how big is this fight for Sam's career?
Huge. People didn't think, there's people out there that think we shouldn't have taken the fight. There's people out there that think Sam's gonna get stopped. There's people out there that's kind of on the fence on both ways. And it is a big step up. This guy's got 10 more fights than Sam had. He's seen it all. Sam's not gonna show him anything he's never seen before. But the bottom line is to it, we do not have to be perfect on the 10th. But we will be damn near close to it on the 9th. We got 6 rounds to put on a boxing exhibition. And if we do what we're supposed to do in there, do what we're training to do, Sam sky high after that. Sky high after that. And I bet that's my wife. She called at the most inopportune moments. It's Ali.
Ali.
Well, you called at the wrong time. We're in the middle of an interview and you call. You ring the phone. I'll talk to you in a second. Bye. Sorry about that.
I don't know. You good. You already know. Ali is Ali. All right, I got another question for you.
Yeah.
What is it that has you confident about your coaching technique to where you feel like the opportunity to win this is good enough for you to take this fight?
Because I don't study Sam. I study his opponent. I know Sam. You get what I'm saying? And I study his opponent. And I think the way we coach as a fighter and a team, I believe the fact that we have the ability to outcoach his coaches. I think this guy's, you see his first fight to his 17th fight, never changed. I don't think this guy can look at any tape of Sam and figure out which Sam is going to show up. He has no clue which Sam's going to show up because we don't fight anyone the same. And I think we'll be able to instill in Sam a technique just for the 9th to beat this fighter. And after that, we'll train for the next one. But I think I'm a better coach than his coach. I think Sam has a better corner, and I think the fact that Sam has a better boxing ability. And we just got to bring it out of him on the 9th. And I think we will. I'm confident.
Dober, how are you feeling about Sam for this fight?
Good, real good. I'm real positive that he's gonna have a great fight. The guy is tailor-made for us. I think it's gonna be probably his best performance.
What is the thing that you've been seeing during this camp different from Sam?
Well, just the intensity of the training that we're doing. He's more focused. Just trying to pick up on the intangibles that we're gonna bring to the fight, and stick with them, with the game plan.